Your family and friends aren't supposed to understand your business because they are not your ideal clients. Welcome to the Self-Paid Club podcast. I'm your host, Samantha Peddle, a small-town wife and mom who started my first business at 17 and never looked back. For over a decade, I've been helping other ambitious souls build insane wealth in both life and business. We believe that success comes from growth as the whole person, mastering your time, money, and mindset for a balance between all three. Ditch the hustle culture and achieve your dream life by embracing your own vibe, doing it weird, and doing it your way. This is your destination for all things business strategy, mindset work, success, personal development, marketing, and everything in between. If your mission is to build an empire while having fun, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. I've started and grown multiple businesses over the last 13 years, and I consistently come across the same common misconceptions with potential clients, no matter what industry we're talking about or what niche. A lot of these beliefs can actually hold you back from even starting to go after what you want, which is why I wanted to dedicate an entire episode to busting these myths so that you don't hold the wrong information as an excuse to forget about your dreams. If you have any inkling of doubt or concern about growing your business, this episode is for you. Get ready to hear the most popular myths in business. Just a hint, you've probably heard one or two of these yourself. And prepare to pull back the curtain on the real truths behind them. The number one myth is making money is easy. You log into social media on any given day, and you can easily find multiple posts about making money while you sleep, making money on autopilot, and how effortless it is to make money when you start an online business. I'm sure you've seen these. Making money definitely doesn't start out easy. It's not an easy road or everyone would take it, but it does get easy as your business grows. Or easier, I should say. When you're in the trenches of first starting your business, it's anything but simple. Every single task comes with a giant learning curve, right? Especially if you're unfamiliar with the business space or the online world, then the learning curve is even bigger. Technology struggles, understanding how to pull in leads and traffic, creating a marketing plan. Those are just a few of the things that might make you want to pull your hair out. But as you learn what your audience responds best to, and you set up automations to free up your time, you design systems that you can follow so you're not making it up from scratch every single week, and build your business around your lifestyle instead of the other way around, then things will start to flow much smoother. Some might even say easier. If you put in the time and effort in the beginning, you'll certainly benefit later on. Myth number 2. Your loved ones will be the most supportive. This is a sensitive subject because it might trigger some people. But hear me out. You have an amazing business idea. You're ready to get started. You announce it on your social media and crickets. Not even a like from your best friend. Next time you see your friend or a family member, you tell them what you're planning or what you've already launched, and they tell you they don't think it's a good idea, you're wasting your time, you're crazy for thinking that's better than having a real job, right? A real job, and getting a paycheck every 2 weeks. They ask you why you'd ever want to give that up. They tell you that you're insane, making the biggest mistake of your life, giving up your real job for a business. Kind of discouraging, right? You'd think loved ones would be the most supportive of your dreams, but most of the time, the exact opposite is true, unfortunately. Business owners know that their biggest supporters will be strangers on the internet. Strangers on the internet will support you more than your own family. My theory behind this is because people you know usually come from the same place as you, right? The same hometown, the same school, a similar upbringing. And if they see you being brave, taking risks, and chasing a big goal, like growing a successful business, they'll look at themselves and feel unhappy that they haven't made anything of their lives the way that you're trying to. So it triggers them in a way. It brings up their own insecurities and their own shortcomings almost. Now, with that being said, try not to make them wrong for it because their skepticism usually comes from a place of love, or so they think. But it's typically jealousy or envy that you have the guts to try something new and step outside your comfort zone. They wish they could do that. If the fact that you're getting more support from strangers over your own family and friends is really hurting you, then you need to remember this. Your family and friends aren't supposed to understand your business because they are not your ideal clients. It doesn't matter if Aunt Betty or Cousin Charlie doesn't like what you're doing, right? It doesn't matter. They aren't the ones paying your bills, and they aren't the ones you're creating this vision for. The supporters who are rallying online for you are. Those people are the ones that you need to focus on as you build. Myth number 3, you'll have tons of spare time. The way it's portrayed online is you start a business to have all this free time, you work less hours, you spend more time doing the things you love. Don't get me wrong, this is possible and it can be achieved, but you have to intentionally design your business this way. It's not going to happen magically on its own. If you jump into hustle culture where you're working 24/7 and neglecting everything else, then soon you'll discover that you quit your 40-hour-a-week job to work 80 hours a week for yourself. You might have heard this before. This is a running joke among entrepreneurs, but I think it's sad how literal it can be taken. You don't need to sacrifice everything that matters for your business. This is not the right way to build a business. If time freedom is one of your biggest goals, then you need to think long-term and set up automated systems and funnels to support that type of lifestyle. So, some things you can do to free up your time as a business owner. You could start batch working, right? Creating a bunch of videos or posts at once and then scheduling them in advance. You could batch work anything. You could batch work emails, social media posts. You could batch work podcast episodes, so on, so on. You could schedule your podcast episodes in advance to release on their own. Like, for example, this episode you're currently listening to, I'm actually recording this over a week in advance. And when it's released, I'll just be getting back from a trip and I don't have to worry about it. You could automate your email list using a lead magnet and a pre-written welcome sequence. So when someone signs up for your lead magnet, they all of a sudden start getting these emails every week or every few days automatically because you've pre-written them and set them up to be automatically sent out. You could also set up a funnel, like say a master class that leads to an upsell for your signature offer. Those are just a few examples, but there's so many more automation strategies that you can use to keep your revenue flowing while you're sipping a margarita on the beach somewhere. Myth number 4, business growth will be super fast. An overnight success, right? The overnight success term. No, that is not correct. Most people give up during the first 30 days because that's what they think will happen, but they're not seeing any results yet. Ironically, you have to keep showing up in order to start seeing those results. They won't come without consistent effort, but some people don't want to put in effort until they see results. It's just a never-ending cycle, and you don't win. You need to break that cycle and be willing to see super slow results at first because progress will be slow until it's not. Things will start out slower than you anticipate. It's not going to be a steady increase for sure, I can tell you that. But with the right business growth strategies, that growth will start to turn exponential month over month, compounding into something magnificent. One week, say you might get 1 client, and then the following you could get 5 more. And the more clients that you get, the more your reputation will become known and your business will grow via word of mouth because your clients will start talking about you. So if you haven't seen any quick growth yet, keep moving forward, keep taking steps towards daily progress, and then you might see a massive change even by the end of the month. You never know when the growth will start to multiply. Myth number 5. You have to be on all the social media platforms. This is false. In reality, you only need to be on one platform. You might decide to expand to others in the future, but when you're just starting your business, one is all you need. And actually, the more platforms you're on, the thinner you're spreading yourself, especially in the beginning when you're just learning the ropes. So rather than naming for Instagram, Pinterest, Threads, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, and so on, I'd encourage you to just pick one or two. It's better to become a master of one platform than to show up and have mediocre content on 5 at once. You'll get better results if you focus on one, and your clients will be able to see your full potential rather than just trying to be all the places. Myth number 6. Personal growth is a hidden waste of time. Time would be better spent growing your business, right? Actually, no, that's not true. Your business will only grow as much as you do. Entrepreneurship is a self-growth journey. That's why mindset work and personal development are so important when it comes to scaling a business. That's the reason this entire podcast is focused on personal development and business strategy, because they go hand in hand. And I've said this before, I would be doing my clients a disservice if I only taught business strategy. I have to teach mindset and personal development as well in order for you to see long-term massive success. Think of it like this. I'll give you an example. Say you're currently making 5K months, but you're stuck. You're stuck here and you're unable to progress further. Your goal is 50K months, and you don't understand why you're unable to reach them or even get anywhere close. You're doing the same things that got you to 5K, so why is nothing working beyond that? Well, that's a combination of two things. First, your mindset around money could be blocking you because you're not prepared to handle that volume of revenue coming in yet. You don't feel safe with that amount of money in your bank account. You need to dive deep in the mindset work in order to eliminate blocks and beliefs that could be holding you back, and believe in the reality of that being possible, because it is. It's possible for anyone. And second, the same things that got you here won't get you there. Scaling to higher levels require different strategies and showing up as the next level version of yourself, which means both of these things require you to work on yourself at a personal level, not just the surface or related to your business. You have to become the version of yourself that is already making those 50K months and be in that energy. Embody that version and act like the future you that already has it. How would you be showing up? What would you be thinking every time you made a sale? How would you be responding to people in your DMs? Would you respond with the energy of lack and really need the sale, or the energy of, I don't need this sale to survive this month, so I can honestly guide this person down the best path for them, even if it means they won't be working with me right now? Be the version of yourself that is already making those 50K months. Personal growth will be the reason you're actually able to achieve your biggest goals. My clients know I will hammer this into your head until mindset practices and manifestation techniques are part of your daily routine. All right, 3 more myths to go. Myth number 7, you have to offer something for free. In reality, free offerings aren't the only way to build community. You don't need to give anything away for free, even if you're just starting out and have 0 clients or testimonials. Other coaches will tell you you need to give something away for free in order to get your first clients. This is not true. You do not need to do this. There are so many other ways to grow rather than just relying on free lead magnets. For example, maybe you might consider a low-ticket masterclass or workshop or a challenge. You could offer a low-priced ebook or a guide or a playbook instead, or templates of some kind. You could offer a private podcast for paying subscribers only, also low-priced. Or, alternatively, maybe you include a free bonus with a paid purchase. So it's the best of both worlds. But there are so many options. You don't need to offer anything for free, and you can welcome people into your world with low-ticket offers, just to get them used to the way that you coach or the way that you offer your services. Myth number 8, you'll have less security than a typical 9-to-5 job. Business is less secure. This one honestly makes me laugh. It's also commonly said by people who are not business owners. As we saw during the global pandemic, jobs are not guaranteed. You can be replaced in under a week if need be. You can suddenly be let go with no prospects or anywhere to turn. Your hours can be cut, which means your paycheck too will be cut. But when you run your own business, just like with anything else in life, there is some risk, obviously. However, you're in control of your sales and your income. You're in control. If you want more predictable income, then just create an offer that will bring you that, like a monthly membership, for example, or some other form of monthly recurring revenue, MRR. If you need more money, step up your marketing and adjust in order to bring in more sales. It sounds simple, but honestly, you're ultimately in control instead of leaving your fate up to a boss that doesn't personally care about you. That's exactly what I teach in my coaching experiences, how to create your own financial independence so you're not relying on anyone else. And finally, myth number 9, the income potential is unlimited. Okay, this one is true, but it's harder to reach on your own. Trial and error will only get you so far. If you're stuck at a certain income level and you can't seem to get to the next growth stage, you need some outside help and guidance. Simple as that. The income potential is unlimited if you continue to learn and apply new strategies from someone that's already achieved what you're after. An experienced coach that's shown others how to do it too can speed up your progress and get you those mind-blowing results. They know exactly what needs to be done to achieve the goals you're after because they've already been in your exact position and got themselves out. And not to mention, you'll be able to skip all the BS of throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. Nobody likes that phase of business. You can skip directly to the part where you start to see massive results. You'll have a huge time jump. With that being said, you're invited to join my 3 Days to Freedom Challenge. It's a completely free mini course where I coach you every day on one of the 3 pillars of freedom: time, money, and mindset, so you can build insane wealth in your life and business without the hustle. Sign up now, get lifetime access, and go through it at your own pace again and again, because this one's worth watching multiple times. This training will truly change your life if you let it. To claim your free spot, visit samanthapedal.com/freedom challenge. Well, we made it to the end. Can you think of any other misconceptions about starting a business and what it's actually been like for you? Send me a message on Instagram at @itssamanthapedal and tell me if I left out any other myths. I'd love to hear it. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Self-Paid Club podcast. If you found value today, please rate the show and leave a review. You'll be helping other entrepreneurs discover the podcast so they can achieve their dreams in a fraction of the time as well. Until next time, stay wealthy, my friend.